go ahead and stand. We'll start with the pledge and prayer. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Bow with me, please. Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight so thankful for the many blessings that you've given us. Lord, we thank you for this opportunity that this board has to serve this district and these students. Lord, I pray that you would give each and every one of us wisdom in everything that we do, that we should always act in the best interest of the students in all that we do. And Lord, may you be glorified in all that we do. I ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Call this meeting to order at 6:32 p.m. and recognize there is a quorum present with one board member absent, and the agenda was posted in a timely manner. Next up, recognition of students of the month. Buffy, you up?
Okay, so y'all bear with me. The singers is not here today, so I've not ever done this, so we're going to welcome our soaring cardinals for elementary. It's grades 3 through 5 this month. And our first soaring cardinal is Mia Seals. She said, Mia is such a hard worker. She goes above and beyond when she is doing classwork, and she always has a smile on her face while she is doing it. She has the best attitude for classwork in the classroom and is a joy to be around. Congratulations, Mia. And our next soaring cardinal is a 5th grader also, and it's Braylon Roberts. Said Braylon is new to our district and has been a great addition to Mon. She is a hard worker and always gives her best. Congratulations. And then we have Jackson Hudson. And Miss McCarter says Jackson is a great kid. He's super smart and works hard. He follows directions and always listens. He is always helpful and ready to learn. He is a joy to teach. Congratulations. And then we have E.J. Roberts. He is not here tonight. I think he had basketball practice, but his teacher, Miss Westbrook, said E.J. is soaring. His work and attitude and behavior has improved greatly. I am so proud of him. And then we have Carson Martin. Come on down, Carson.
is shared by both the elementary and the secondary, the middle school campus. So our staff member of the month is Ms. Rachel Boone, our counselor.
When Ms. Boone came to Mod, she jumped right in. She was willing to help us whenever she sees a need. She just jumps in and takes care of us all, whether it's our students or staff. We're so happy to have you.
And I want to add, whenever you see Miss Boone, 9 times out of 10, she's running. She literally has to go from both sides of the campus, and every time we call her, she's always willing to help with our students. She's always willing to help with everything that we need, and even she'll come up to the office and say, what do you guys need? And so that has been such a help for us and for our students, especially our middle school students. So we're very appreciative and really excited to have her on campus. We'll continue now with our secondary students of the month, and we're going to start with our middle school crew. We have a few here, a few that are missing, but we're going to recognize our middle school band students, and Mr. Fannin, if he'll come up, who participated and tried out for all regions. So if I could have Kevin Ross, Eli Foster, and Madeline Nunn, please come forward. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you and tell you which grade they're in and which instrument they play. And then Mr. Fannon's going to tell you a little bit about what All Region Band consists of. They're a little shy.
My name is Heaven. I'm in the 7th grade and I play flute. My name is Eli and I'm in 7th grade and I play sax. My name is Madeline. I'm in 7th grade and I play trumpet.
So all three of these students are in 7th grade. They've been doing a tremendous job. They competed against over 900 other students for one spot in a band, and that's very hard to do in this area. They did exceptionally well. Heaven Ross actually did make a spot in that band. So she'll be performing in January, and like I said, I'll get you information for that. But congrats to all three of y'all. It's fantastic.
Great job. Now we want to recognize two of our high school students that also participated, and that's Kennedy Collins and Kaizen McKelvey. And I'm going to let them also introduce themselves and tell you what grade they're in and the instruments that they play.
Okay, I'm Kennedy. I'm a senior and I play the baritone.
I'm Kaizen. I'm a sophomore and I play percussion.
All right. Kennedy actually normally plays French horn, but she auditioned on baritone or euphonium for All Region, and she was really close to making the band this year. For this one, there were over 1,000 kids just from this general area, from Longview, this region or this area, all the way out to Winsboro, Atlanta, all throughout that we had to compete against. So I'm very proud of these two, and then the other 7 that went.
And I want to say, I'm going to also let Mr. Fannin know that our band is actually the organization of the month, Mr. Fannin, Ms. Martinez, and our bands, because they do such a wonderful job. If you go out on Friday nights, the energy that they bring to the games, and then they go straight into concert season from there. just put on a wonderful Christmas concert. That was 6th, 7th, and our high school band. These students are always busy. They're always up here. They go in the mornings early. They get here early. They go in during tutorials. That's our middle school and our high school. They stay after school to do sectionals. So these students put a lot of heart and soul into doing what they do to better themselves in their craft for our band. And the leadership that Mr. Fannin and Ms. Martinez has provided for our students just continues to grow our band. We had a 1-2-2 this year. We were so close to advancing and just getting better and better every year. So we're so proud of Mr. Fannin and Ms. Martinez and all of our students, especially our all-region students. So thank you again, our high school students.
All right, thank y'all for coming, and congratulations to all of you. If you would, anybody that want an award, go out here in front of the crest, get your picture made, and y'all are free to go or welcome to stay. All right, next up, public comments.
None.
I'm sorry.
All right, as far as I know, there's no communications. All right, next up, consent agenda. We have items A through E. Minutes of November 3rd, 2025 board training special called meeting of the board. And board training special meeting called by the board on November 30th. Meeting minutes of November 20th, 2025 regular meeting of the board. Monthly financial report and the amendment of the 2025-2026 budget. Do you anybody want to discuss anything? Have a motion to approve it as presented?
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Rusty.
I'll second.
Second by Josh. All in favor, raise your right hand. It's unanimous. Next up,
Who did you say made the motion? Rusty.
Rusty, second by Josh.
Yeah, I think. Okay, got you. Tim do next. Okay.
All right, next up, Bailey neon sign. A motion to approve it.
Make it.
Motion by Tim,
Second.
second by Terry. All in favor? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and 1 abstention by Rusty Bailey. All right, item 7, to my knowledge, no action is taken. Is that correct? All right, next up, we got here to accept the 2024-25 audit report. And we have Miss Kelly Birtle that's going to come entertain us. The good thing is she says she's going to keep it down to an hour.
Yeah. Keep it short and sweet. There's two of them. So we're doing something a little different where we're not going through the actual audit report with all the numbers and everything. We're kind of doing a summary. We met with Dr. Seegers and Tommy this week, and we did go through it in detail, and he will have a copy to send out to you guys to have it, but just kind of going to hit the highlights of what the whole audit report is about. So feel free to stop and ask any questions as we go through it, or if y'all want to ask anything about the numbers, we can actually dig in those as well. So this report here shows you, we're going to start with the audit opinion. The independent audit opinion is an unmodified opinion, meaning that the financial statements are fairly stated. Remember, this is as of August 31st, 2025. What's important here is us being independent as Wilf and Henderson. We look at your financial records, we test them, we reconcile them, we look at third parties, and we make sure that it's good financial information that you can make your decisions on for the district. Looking at financial highlights, we're going to focus on your general fund since that is your main operating fund. Your fund balance at the end of the year is $5.9 million. Revenue sources for the general fund were $6.9 million. The breakdown of that is local funds, which is the M&O portion of your property tax rate, is a little over $1 million, about 14%. The state funding is almost 6%. That's the big part. That's 85%. That's based on your ADA. It's also affected by your property tax collections, your special pops. It's a very complicated formula, and it actually won't even be settled up until a couple more months later when TEA gets all the final information. but this is an estimate of where we think the state funding will be. And a little bit of federal money, $15,000 in the general fund. Your total expenditures for the year is $6.9 million. Majority of that is in Function 11, which is instruction. Remember, that's where your teachers' salaries, benefits, that's the main portion of your Function 11, along with supplies and things needed to educate the students. You had a net increase in fund balance of $70,000 for the current year. And I know that's not a lot, but the good thing is you had budgeted an amended decrease of $290,000. So you came in much better than where you had expected to. I know the district originally adopted about a $60,000 deficit budget, and then you did some amendments throughout the year. So you came in much better than planned. You know, the TEA does a first rating, and they have several factors from the audit that calculate into the grade that you get at the end of that rating. A few things that we're going to mention here is the amount of fund balance that you have for operating costs. TEA recommends 2 to 3 months, and the district has 9 months of operating fund balance, so you have a good, healthy fund balance for your general fund. Another criteria that they use is the cash on hand to cover future expenditures. They recommend 90 days to get all the points in the criteria, and the district has 309. So a good, solid cash balance and fund balance as well. Looking down, you'll see that we did some trends of your fund balance over the last 5 years. Remember, 2020 was COVID. So 21, 22, 23, those were some really strange years with some odd things. You had ESSER funding. Your district, like a lot, did increase fund balance. You were able to shift some of your costs that was subsidized from the ESSER funding and increase it. So your base in 23 went up, and you really maintained that from 23 to 24. You've actually done that with some construction and some projects that you've done. So this shows that your fund balance is stable and maintaining at a good level, as we discussed. On the next page, we talk about your budget to actual. Your general fund actual revenue was more than budgeted, $80,000, which that you always kind of want to be on that end so that you have conservative budgeting in case that comes out better than you expected. The actual expenditures were less than budgeted expenditures by $280,000. A lot of this was due to your conservative spending. Again, that budget is a very important control and function. And Tommy and his staff, they really do a good job of making sure that everyone uses the purchase order program so that they can't buy anything unless it's approved and budgeted, and just keeps a really good control over cost. And that reflects it as well when you're $280,000 under what you had expected to spend. The key financial trends, here we are presenting some information which are kind of the breakdown of your revenue sources over the last 5 years. You'll see the lighter color sticks, that's your M&O property tax collections. The darker blue is your state funding, and then we have your ADA mentioned there as well. So you can kind of see your district is very consistent in the revenue sources. Your property taxes aren't going to change a lot. You don't have a lot of corporation or anything. However, if you look in 2024, your collections did decrease, but that was because of the House bill that was passed where you had to compress your tax rate, and also you increased your homestead exemptions. At the same time, the state did subsidize some of that, so you can see a slight increase in the state funding, and that's kind of leveling off from the prior year. And all of this is affected by your ADA, and so you can just see that there's, even though there's some changes within that, you can see that your revenue is pretty consistent throughout the years. As far as your debt for the district, the outstanding bond balance at the end of the year is $6.5 million. That bond debt is paid through your property tax collections on the INS rate. You collected $225,000 in the current year, and then you had a match from the state of $75,000. Your total debt payment for the current year was $395,000. And we were talking with Tommy, you have, the district has applied for and been accepted on the IFA funding, and he expects that in this 26 fiscal year, which will also help making sure that your district has enough revenue for your debt payments each year. Your outstanding note balance for the year was $740,000. That is paid out of the general fund, and that's about $120,000 that the district pays for those principal and interest on those notes. Capital assets for the district was $8.5 million. That's recorded at cost, net of accumulated depreciation, mainly your land, your buildings, your vehicles, your things with value and a long time lifespan. As far as required communications, key estimates and judgments that were included were your property tax receivable and your state funding. Those are based on estimates. However, a lot of the numbers are based on historical trends and the calculations, so we feel good that those are good, solid numbers. We did present audit adjustments to Tommy. They have been approved and they will be posted, and they are already in the numbers that you're looking at. There were no disagreements or consultations with other auditors, so everything was fine on the audit side as far as the process. Compliance and internal controls. Last year there was a finding in the internal controls on bank reconciliations. Those issues that we found have been resolved. Talking to Tommy and really digging into the Ascender system and making sure he understands what is affecting all that. He has done a good job with that. We didn't have any problems with bank recs in the current year. You also do not have any instances of non-compliance with state laws and regulations. So everything's clean on that as well. In our management letter, we do just have a few comments and recommendations over special revenue funds. Those are not, those are kind of a challenging part of school funding. Not only is this fund accounting, which is kind of different than everything else, but the special revenue funds, you have your, your individual programs that you have to make sure are balanced and reconciled. And so we did have to post some audit adjustments to that, but Tommy will look at that and make sure that that is cleaned up every year and reconciled so that we can make fewer adjustments each year. Any questions for me as far as what's been presented or any information that we've talked about?
So you feel like our problem we had last year, we got a handle on it?
Yes, and we talked about, there were several things that kind of came up that caused the problem. It was kind of a domino effect. We found one thing to another. And so subsequently, we looked at the bank recs for this year, this audit year, FY25, and we made sure that what we were seeing was cleaned up. And Tommy, like I said, dug into the system, figured out there were some switches that wasn't turned on correctly. And once he got that, it really made sense to him and understood where the problems, how they came occur. And it wasn't daily, it wasn't anything it was just some odd things that happened and it ended up not getting recorded the right way. So all of that has been resolved. And again, we are gonna look at those bank recs after he posts his audit adjustments, make sure everything's good going forward.
The capital assets, is that all the physical, everything? Or what all is included in capital assets?
Well, capital asset is definitely an estimated number because school districts didn't put assets on the books until GASB 34, which was around 2000, 2002, somewhere around there. So there had to be an estimate of your beginning cost. But going forward, any capital assets that have been added to the depreciation schedule and is listed as a capital asset. In our financials, we actually have two sets of financials. We have the fund financials, which is kind of where y'all make your decisions, kind of a cash basis. There's a full accrual, and that's where your assets and your debt are listed. So the assets are captured, and it's captured by how Tommy codes it, but not only that, we go through and make sure it's all correct as well. So he does a check, we do a check, and make sure all the assets are included in that list, and then we depreciate them over an estimated life, however long he thinks that the asset will live. So vehicles being 5 to 7 years, or building is more like 30 to 40, And these additions that you are doing, those go added in and they start a new life of depreciation as well.
Essentially, if we were to have a big garage sale and sell everything, this is an estimate of what we would.
This is based on cost, it's not market value.
Okay.
And so that's kind of a little bit different on selling something.
Okay.
Yeah, so you've got,
So our cost basis is $8.9 million,
That's
is where we
right.
started, okay.
net of depreciation,
Yes.
accumulated depreciation. So your buildings aren't worth near as much as what they were when you built them, obviously.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's not market value because it's based on cost.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Anything else? Thank you, Kelly.
Okay, we appreciate it. Just to let y'all know, we're available all throughout the year, and Tommy does. He shoots me emails when he has questions, but I know as y'all are wrapping up your capital projects and IFA funding, all these new things, if y'all have any questions, y'all holler at me. I'll be glad to help.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, do we have a motion to accept the 2024-2025 audit report as presented?
I'll make it motion.
Motion by Terry,
Second.
second by Melford. All in favor? Unanimous. All right, updates on the,
When did we get our other presenter?
wait, it's on down there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right, updates on the 23 Malt ISD bond improvements, new cafeteria band hall projects, and update on driveway loop. We got Brandon here. He's gonna hook us up with an update.
Yeah, I think Dr. Seegers usually takes care of that. I just kind of bring y'all up to speed where we're at on everything. So y'all, we're fixing to go into the Christmas break, and so we've kind of got everything ready to do the power swap over, all the wires in place, ready to do all that. Well, you guys are gone, transformer pads ready, all of that's kind of set up. On the inside, we're doing, we're getting sheetrock mud done, sheetrock work, getting all that together. Your tile for your kitchens and all that was supposed to be coming in during this little break that y'all are gone, and then we should start putting that stuff in like on the 8th of January. So we projected we're about 80% complete. So those things are kind of it all kind of come together pretty quick here in the next several months. So that's pretty much it on that. So
Where are we on the moisture and humidity control since now we got sheetrock up?
I think you're gonna see, we do have the sheetrock there, but as far as when we get this power turned on, we'll be able to get some of those units and we'll be able to climate control everything. So,
The golf's ready to go. Warren's got units and everything ready to go.
we think so. Yeah, we keep the thumb pressure down all the time.
All right,
So,
all right. Well, thank you, sir.
any other questions about this project here?
Looks like y'all rolling pretty good on it.
Yeah,
We're trying, man. We're trying.
doing a good job.
All right, thank you for your time.
Hi.
Thank you for your time.
Oh, you bet.
All right, next up, consider and possible approval of monthly expenditures to Rec Tech LLC for work submitted on the new Malt ISD cafeteria. This year on the 11th draw, they have requested a draw of $276,036.18. We have a motion to approve it.
Make a motion.
Motion by Rusty, second by Josh. All in favor? Congratulations, Brandon. Good to keep your job.
Get to have Christmas now.
All right, up next, deliberation and possible action on the contract with Rec Tech LLC as general contractor for the Malt ISD Drive project and delegation of authority. It is exactly what we talked about last month. It was presented to us. There's been no changes to it. I know I read it. I think Terry's read it. Melford's read it. We've been in board book. Everybody's read it. Bunch of words that nobody really understands, but
Brandon, you feel good about that project?
Yes, sir.
You don't see any problems or anything?
Just don't let it rain.
does your dirt people, I know they came and they've looked. Y'all feel pretty confident about our water issue out here?
But so, I mean, they haven't presented anything to us. Now, some of the things that we are looking at, and let me explain to you, I mean, we are trying to see if there's places that we can save some costs and some different things, maybe do some things different. We've kind of presented them a couple of weeks ago to staff here. So there are going to be some savings there that we're going to be able to put back into the.
Because I know initially our biggest concern was our drainage. You know, because You've been here long enough now, you've seen some
Yeah.
big rains.
There is, and you know, for us, and I we'll get into that a little deeper, but I think for us, you know, we have to trust what the civil people do. I mean, they're the ones that run all the load calculations, the drainage calculation, all of that stuff, and they figure out, they set our elevations. They're supposed to be right. We do find mistakes on some things, but, I mean, as far as on paper, what they have, it should work.
Ain't the first road they built.
Huh?
It is not the first road they built.
That's right. And I mean, as we're out there in the field, we see some things, we address them as they come.
Okay. All right.
Any other discussion?
Any other discussion? All right, we have a motion?
I move that we adopt and approve the resolution approving the contract with Rec Tex LLC Rogers Construction, general contractor for Mod ISD, new driveway project, elementary office remodel, and additional elementary parking lot, and delegating the authority to the board president.
Second.
Motion by Melford, second by Rusty, all in favor? There we go. 8 o'clock in the morning, I want you here.
Yeah. Y'all have a great Christmas.
Thanks, Brandon.
We'll see y'all. Thank you, man.
Call your boss at his Christmas party and tell him. Tell Mike at his Christmas party.
I'll let him know. Don't hold your breath.
Yeah. All right, next up, consider and approve policy update 126 local. That is the same thing we talked about last month as well. He presented it to us. Basically let it sit out there for a month. We gotta take action on it this month. Is there any questions about it? All right, we have a motion to approve policy 126 local as presented.
Move we approve.
Motion by Melford, second by Tim, all in favor? All right, next up, I've got it in my. All right, consider and possible approved to purchase a new Suburban. To my understanding, and Coach Turner, I'm gonna tag you in here to nod at me or whatever. The new Suburban we've had for how long, Tommy?
This
Are we 2 years in now, Josh?
14 months.
14 months. We've already got between 25 and 30,000 miles on it. The old Expedition is no longer here. It is gone. They have gotten rid of it, and so it's retired. It is his recommendation, Dr. Seegers, that is, that we purchase a new Suburban before we wear out this other one. This one does have a towing package on it. We had 2 bids, one from JP Harvey and one from Coleman Chevrolet of New Boston. JP Harvey is on tips, Coleman is not. JP Harvey has one in stock. Coleman has been invoiced for theirs, and they expect it the first or second week of January.
What color?
White, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
Planning to put a wrap on it. What's on this one? Yeah.
be the twin sister to it. There's a little bit difference in cost, $1,546 from Coleman to JP Harvey, and that's just because of the tips difference. Dr. Seeger said he's basically, that's our decision. My recommendation would be to buy it from Coleman because they're local. But there's 6 other guys sitting here. It's just my recommendation. It's gonna be here in a couple of weeks anyways. I think it'd be beneficial to the community to stay local. And, they'll give back to our kids. If we're giving to them, we're gonna give back to them.
Got a few more kids working over there. I don't know if that's still are.
Yeah, there is a few of them.
I feel like you get better taken care of on service too when you purchase it. Unless it's over. For another day.
Any other questions or anything there? Josh, what do you think? You good?
It is a Chevrolet, right?
Identical to this one, except it's got a hitch on it.
This one's got a hitch on
Yeah, it was hidden.
Oh, okay, well, there
it.
you
We just haven't shown anyone yet, because we don't want to pull it.
go. All right, we don't wear it out. So my recommendation would be buy it from Coleman. Y'all agree with that? That's what we'll make a motion for.
I'll make that motion.
Got a motion from Tim to purchase a new Suburban for the amount of $65,461.89 from Coleman Chevrolet. Do I have a second? Second by Melford. All in favor? It's unanimous. All right, next up, information items. Annual review of special education student performance. We've got Miss Amanda Presley here that is gonna give us her 5 minutes.
Yes.
Once again, I apologize, nobody told us we're supposed to have a slideshow. So.
That's okay, I can go off my notes. My name's Amanda Priestley. I'm Director of Special Education for Central Bowie County SSA, which is just modern Redwater. Every year, Texas puts out a results-driven accountability report, and that basically tracks all of our special populations. So that's special ed, emergent, bilingual, and highly mobile students, but we're only going to talk about the special education ones today. And indicator 1, which is academic achievement, our math kiddos, so that's grades 3 through 8. Special education students all lumped together. There are 3 indicators in your results-driven accountability report, and it kind of works like band. You have performance level indicators, and the lower your score, the better. Maud's doing great. Your biggest number is a 1, so rock stars. Okay, so in math, our 24, 25 scores dropped a little bit. The 39% of special education students passed, which is a slight drop, but you also have to keep in mind that STAR redesign, which didn't do anybody any favors. In reading, around 42% passed, which was also a slight decrease from 2023. However, we saw improvement in both science and math. So while math and reading scores dipped a little bit, we're seeing some promising gains in both science and social studies. And all of this information will help us identify where our gaps are and where any instructional adjustments or supports may be needed moving forward. Okay, so your second indicator has to do with your EOCs, your end of course exams. So of course that's your older students. For algebra, and we're only talking about our special ed kiddos right now. In algebra 1, about half of our kiddos passed, and that was 50%. However, in biology, did you know 100% of your special education kiddos passed that one? So how awesome is that? 25% passed U.S. history, and about half of them, 54.5%, passed the English 1 and 2. So again, we see strengths in biology, but we do need to focus our instruction adjustments on math, ELA, and history. Okay, so another indicator for results-driven accountability is discipline. And the way that is calculated is the number of discipline removals you have. They're really looking to make sure there's no disproportionality. So you're not picking on any special groups. Like you don't have more special ed kids than anybody else being removed. Your discipline removal rate for special education students was 25%. So that means that of all the students at Maud ISD who had a disciplinary removal, ISS, out of school suspension and expulsion, 25% of those were special education students. That figure to me is a little bit wonky because sometimes, well, most of the time, one student will count for multiple removals. So that doesn't really take that into account. However, some adjustments are being made, and the way that indicators are going to be reported next year will be a little bit different due to House Bill 6 and all the changes there. Okay. So we're doing good there. Our highest score is a 1. That's rock solid. RDA hasn't counted towards our A through F rating before 24, but it will start in 27. So it's important that we practice using that data to kind of drive our decision making. So is there any questions about your RDA?
That's part of the new legislation stuff, right?
Which
We're
part?
talking about how this kind of will start counting in.
It will with the star refresh. It goes with all that.
Or whatever they're calling it these days.
Okay, so as we will have our cyclical review in 2027. So that means that TEA is going to come to Maud, pull out 16 random special ed folders, look and make sure we've dotted all of our I's and crossed all of our T's over all of our sped paperwork and they can pull 16 folders from 3 years. So we're already starting planning now. We actually have somebody coming from Region 8 to help us on January 7th to make sure we're on track and see what changes we need to make, because that's too big of an elephant to eat right there at the last minute. 3 years of folders is a lot of folders. So we want to make sure we're good to go there. We are in 100% compliance as far as timelines go at the moment. Your last cyclical review was good. You have to have them about every 6 years. So after 2027, you'll be good to go for a while. Some celebrations. We got a $31,500 grant for our early childhood class that, as you know, is served over at Redwater. We're going to use the STAR Autism program. While it does have autism in the name, it's a lot of best practices for every kiddo. And so we're really excited about that. That's going to include professional development. It's going to include setup. It's going to include coaching. They're actually flying somebody in from Oregon to help our early childhood teachers and make sure we're aligned with best practices and we have all the materials we needed. We kind of knew what we needed, so we front loaded that and went ahead and included it in the grant, shot for the moon, and got the whole thing. So we were yay, excited about that. Other celebrations we have, our community-based instruction over at the junior high and high school is going very well. What our students get to, Raising Cane's has been an amazing community partner for us. Every week they donate sweet tea and lemonade for our life skill class over there to sell. And they use that to get to go on trips out into the community. The students actually pull sales ads and things from grocery stores in town like Albertsons, Walmart, Aldi to determine what they're going to buy for the week. And they use that donated lemonade and that donated sweet tea to make that revenue. While they're out, Raising Cane's actually donates 1 gift card per student. So while they're out, they get to go to lunch and practice making that transaction of buying the meal, going to their seats, sitting down, they call their name, they go to the counter, they pick it up, and they go back. So that's going really well. We had our very first, and we hope it becomes an annual thing because it was amazing. We had our very first gala yesterday. There wasn't an empty seat in the house. We sold every single ornament. It went really well. So, any questions or comments or concerns about Central Bowie County SSA? It seems to be going pretty well. All right, thank y'all.
Thank you. All right, next up, principal's report.
Do y'all need me to give the elementary one?
We've already got it.
I know if you need me to.
They're still over there. They're still over there every day.
That's right. So I went ahead and put the secondary report in front of you there, and you can see our enrollment, our current enrollment in comparison with last year, as well as our attendance percentages for this far. We've started doing our highest attendance recognition for 6 weeks. It's a little bit easier for our students to understand. And so going back for the third 6 weeks, as Brandy and I pulled it today, since basically we're over. And 8th grade and 10th grade had our highest attendance for the third 6 weeks. So they'll get their Sonic drinks when we return from the break. Really pleased with our attendance percentage thus far, because we have had some illness here lately. We've had some flu, had some colds and stomach bug that's hit us a little bit. So hopefully little break, get everybody well rested and back to where we need them to be and stuff. But overall doing well with our attendance, especially being December this time of the year. The next page there, you can see how we're going for the year. New to the sheet is our discipline report that we started at the beginning of December through now. You'll see there our lunch detention count by grade, our ISS and our out of school suspensions. Do want to note that a lot of our lunch detention does come from tardies. When students receive 3 tardies in the same class, they do go to lunch detention. We want to try to teach on promptness as they get through middle school and high school, so they go out to the world, they understand they need to be at their job, they need to be on time. So that's something that we do look at and we enforce there with our lunch detentions. Also want to highlight something positive here, this punitive part of the report, that we had 25 students this first semester receive 5 cards tickets. That means they all got a Dr. Pepper to enjoy at lunch, and then we ended up with 2 students that actually had 10 for the semester, and so they had a little pizza party this week. So something that we started, last year, we're keeping on going with our cards tickets. It encourages them to be caring, attentive, disciplined, responsible, and kind and stuff. And so we actually expanded that this year, not only to our middle school, but also to our high school. Our high school students asked if they could do it as well, and we absolutely wanted to highlight that for them as well. So our high school students are getting involved with that too. We'll start that over again second semester, and we'll continue that. All of our teachers, support staff, administrative, we can all give out cards tickets. So just to highlight the things that our students are doing right, things that we want to see in the behaviors we want to see in our classrooms, we give them cards tickets to reinforce those things. So secondary news from this last couple of weeks here, our Readers Are Leaders students, they went on their trip. They went to the Altitude Jump Park in Shreveport and then went to IMAX to watch a movie. As you noticed earlier, we had a couple of our junior high all-region students that tried out in band, and also our high school. You can see there the complete list of students that did participate in that, and as Mr. Fannin highlighted, Heaven Ross actually made the band, which is a really great accomplishment. We had our AgMech teams went to the Rains parking lot build-off, had a couple of teams go out there, and then of course FFA hosted their chili cook-off, their hot dog eating contest, and cornhole competition, so lots of fun there. Our high school student council, they actually hosted the Toys for Tots campaign over at the secondary, and we had over 100 toys that we donated. Took those up to Miss Cindy White at the Methodist Church. And elementary, something they did with us, they helped us out with our canned food drive. We took those over to the Church of Christ, and some of our students last night actually got to help hand out those baskets to our community members. So really proud of that, all of our students for helping with those donations. Our middle school did participate in UIL. We did a great job. Our students individually did really well. We placed 5th overall as a school, so not quite where we wanted to be, but it was a challenge that we set for ourselves. And we know the students, we've talked to them, like starting now, moving forward, trying to really look at and work on their events that they want to keep doing well in and practice on those. So we're going to, like I said, we've set a new challenge for ourselves. Esports, they hosted their last Hype and Glory Wrestling on campus. Our band, cheerleaders, and student council all participated in our Mod Christmas Parade. Our cheerleading float actually won it, and our high school and middle school student council floats actually got 3rd. So really proud of both of those organizations, and of course our band for marching in the mist and rain. They did a great job. As I said earlier, we had our Christmas concert last Thursday with our 6th, 7th, and high school bands. They all did a really good job. 6th grade played 1 song, 7th grade played 2, and of course finished up with our high school band playing some really good music. We had our Army recruiters come out. They did the ASVAB interp with our juniors. What we started a couple years ago is having all juniors take that and then letting the Army come out and actually do an interp to actually explain what the scores mean. And so, because we use it as an ability test as well, not just a military entrance exam, to see where do your abilities lie. And so that was a really good thing for our juniors to get to listen to our Army recruiters talk to them about that. We've also had in the month of December a few post-secondary recruiters on campus. We had the Army come out and set up a table talk with our students, had several students visit that. Texas County College has been out multiple times, and then Universal Technical Institute also came out to visit with our students as well. There on the last page, you can see coming up events we've got there. Got some fun things coming up. We've got some more Ag Mech's gonna get going again there in January and get everything going. Our dual credit will kick off. Our students, I'll have some numbers for you next month of how we finished up this past semester and what we're gonna look at starting with next semester there with dual credit. And so kind of some things we have going through the month of February. Do you guys have any questions over anything?
I got one question.
Okay.
I might have been reading something when you discussed it. On your lunch detention,
Yes, sir.
how long will you usually serve for lunch detention?
So we have 1, and then it goes to 3, and then it goes to 5 days, and then after that it goes to ISS placement. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And 10 of those lunch detentions, that's a lot.
10 students?
Yeah, they just
Yes.
don't like getting there on.
Well, yes. Typically, when you see our high school students, it's tardies.
I'm probably sure one of them's not.
I will tell you, the first period, I see lots of my athletes pulling in the parking lot right before the gate closes. So I would imagine that there's a bunch of them that come from that.
Yeah, tardies, first period tardies gets juniors and seniors more than anything. So, yeah, it gets us. But any other questions?
Just thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Harrell.
Yes, sir. Oh.
Yeah.
All right, next up, athletics director's report. Thank you.
Well, going
Thank
on
you.
this-
Moving on.
Hey, I'm in. I'm in. Speaking of those Cards tickets, I gave Coach Graff a Cards ticket. He did a really good job at UIL. Manning down kids all over the place. No, I'm just kidding. All right, girls basketball. 10-6 overall, 0-1 district. They started off with Clarksville, who's I have a feeling that Clarksville might win the district this year in girls basketball. So, really big one Friday night, tomorrow night. Got Detroit. If we want a chance in there, boy, if we can have a good showing against them, it'd really help out. But really, I've seen them play a couple times this year. Really impressed with seeing some girls step up from last year to this year and really seeing some growth in there. Obviously, it's not exactly where we want to be, but you're seeing that growth kind of come up through there. So real fired about that. Boys basketball 9-7 overall. Had 2 really strong showings in the Avery and Redwater tournaments, and had 2 more tune-ups before we started district play. Had a big win Tuesday against Wascom in one of the more physical basketball games I've seen in a while. And we were down 9 at one point and came back and ended up winning by double digits. So it was a big game for us. Really proud of those guys. Powerlifting, boys and girls have both started practice. We should have 2 full teams this year for the first time in a while. And our team is 7 to 11, depending on how many, whatever, then you qualify for team points and all that kind of stuff. Shout out to Coach King. For those of you that don't know, Callie King stepped up and is going to do our powerlifting for our girls this year when we had to reshuffle some stuff with a staff member that left us early. She's really done a really good job. Obviously, she teaches over at the 5th grade and is bringing those girls in the morning. We've had really good participation from those girls in the morning. I think we've had like 9 of them, and they're here like 90% of the time. So that's a big deal that she's got that buy-in from them, and she's fired up about it. She was a state powerlifter herself, and really doing a really good job with it, and bringing some excitement to it. So really look for a good year in that. Football superlatives. Riker Bailey was the co-district MVP. Ty Aldridge was the utility player of the year. Your first team all district: Huntley Ott, Ian Butler, Ricky Sizemore, Trey Wharton, Noah Howerton, James Howerton, and Rex Foster. Your second team: Jackson Braley, Dax Cunningham, Tristan Wharton, Brady Allison, Elijah Collins, Aiden Atkinson, and Brady Farney. A couple of those guys on the second team quite possibly could have been on the first team. There was 2 of them that missed about half the year with injuries, half the district year with injuries. Honorable mention: William Lewis, Parker Sidwell, and Memphis Wright. Program development, man, really fired up where our girls are athletically right now. I think they've made some strides. I think when you look at us in the past years, we just look a lot more athletic. It's the best way to put that right now. So really like where that's going right now. And later on, if y'all want to see it, we've been doing some wrestling with the off-season boys, and not just the old school wrestling where everybody kind of, hey, get on your knees and just kind of see who's the baddest. We've actually been teaching them some some moves and stuff like that, because we think it could benefit us in some areas later on. And I've got some video of it later on if y'all want to see it. I think it's kind of cool. So that's kind of what we got going on right now in athletics.
Co-MVP means he shared.
Yeah, him and the kid from Cumbie, number 3.
Me and him, well, Josh actually brought it up, redistricting for next year.
We will find out. So they came out with the numbers Tuesday, and we fall in the same 2A Division II in football, and then 2A in all the other sports. Around us, nobody really, as far as the overall 2A, like Pewitt stayed 2A, Harts Bluff stayed 2A. I don't envision a big shift there. You know, some years we pick up McLeod and Linden, and we don't go quite as far west. Some years we go a little, you know, right there. Football wise, the only really one that kind of changed was in our region. No, they're in the region. They're in Region 2. The one prediction that I've seen is that Munster ended up going up to Division 1. That could pull Celeste and Cumbie to go west with Collinsville and some of that, and Big Sandy came down to Division 2. We could get them. We won't know any of that for sure until February. I think it's like February 1st or whatever it is.
Queen City State 3A.
Queen City State 3A. Nobody moved up or down in this area that was a surprise that we didn't already kind of know about. Good.
Thank you, sir. All right, next up, November 13, 2025, intruder detection audit report. We had one door at the high school, door number 3. When they did the audit, that opened, just basically wasn't latched. We've had people out here, looked at it, worked on it, and they have yet to get it to open on its own again. So hopefully it's fixed. I mean, literally, Joe said that after that happened, they went over there and opened the door, let it shut, and it's never done it again.
That door has not ever been a door that we've had issues with, and so it was really odd that was the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now there has to help me here, Kayla. Yeah, now y'all have to teach go through training with the teachers, just part of the appeal
Dr.
process.
Seegers is actually going to put together a video that we're going to watch as a staff, district-wide. And so you have to do training about everything now that you have that report on your audit.
We got a report with form tackled a guy and stopped all that.
That's right.
We didn't get a higher award on it.
All right. Next one, Senate Bill 546, seatbelt requirement for school buses. Basically, in a nutshell, we're not doing it. I don't know if he's talked to y'all about it, but basically to upgrade the buses that we need to do that belong to us would cost more than buying a new bus. So why would we want to do that? And these are 4-point harnesses in the buses, so it's not safe for every size kid. We're a rural school, so we really don't see the need. Our peers around us are not doing it either. It seems to be more for big Houston, Austin, big metroplexes that's on the interstates. So that's what I was supposed to tell y'all.
Did a good job.
All right. Next up, superintendent's report. Yeah, here it was. It was going for 6 buses. It was going to cost $150,000 to put seatbelts in them. So that's just ridiculous.
Seatbelts are high.
Huh?
Yeah, I think so. That's the first thing I thought.
Do what?
That bus probably worth more than, costs more than 150.
Oh yeah, one bus is 160.
Not much more.
We buy a bus to a Suburban.
Yeah.
No doubt. All right. Superintendent's report. Election timeline. First day to sign up is January the 14th. There's gonna be 2 positions, mine and Melford's, that are up for election. So we need to go sign up. Anything else I'm supposed to say on that one? I don't think so. Personnel evaluations and contract timelines. I don't know if y'all had this or not. I know it's in the board book. January we'll do superintendent, so we're gonna have them every month from here on. Good times. He did go ahead and put in the board book a blank evaluation, since we're doing it next month. If we wanted to look at it, study it, whatever. So that'll be at the next meeting. All right, next up, executive session. We'll discuss personnel protection government code section 551.074, discussion of personnel Texas government code section 551.074. We'll go into executive session at 7:39 p.m.
Custom built.
All right, we'll come out of executive session, back to regular session at 8:07 p.m. And next up is adjourn. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
Make that.
Motion by Josh,
Second.
second by Rusty. All in favor?